Hey guys, this is Ericka Sallee of True Synergy. You know, I have had quite a time this evening trying to send this message to you, try to scope from Periscope earlier, and for whatever reason, the technology and I are not getting along. So I am going to send you this information over video. I'm determined to give it to you because I think it's important. And I'm going to jump right into it because I know that even uploading to YouTube, can't be too long. So for those of you who are seeing me for the first time, again, I'm Ericka Sallee, and my passion is to help you to live well, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So whatever information I share with you, whether it's on video, Periscope, facilitating a workshop, it's all with the intent of helping you to live well, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And so tonight, I just wanted to share one thought with you. You know, oftentimes we've heard it said that we've got to have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed before we can do X, Y, or Z. You know, in school as a student, when we have a home assignment or a paper that's due, we've got to make sure everything is in order, you know, spell check, paragraphs, punctuation, resources identified and cited and documented and all that good stuff. When we're at work, we do projects. We got to make sure everything is in order before we can send to a client or before we can have a major meeting, all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed. We go on vacation and we make sure that everything is in the bag, the flip-flops, the bathing suits, the swimming trunks, the sunscreen. We double check, triple check, we check, because we want to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And that's great. It's great to plan. It's great to have all of those things lined up, but sometimes that then becomes the crutch that keeps us from moving forward to do the thing that we love to do the thing that we've been waiting to do, that we've been excited about, that we've wanted to try, but we just haven't because. And so I want to give you 3 tips, really 4, to help you think about how you can move without getting stuck in, I've got to have this done, I've got to have this taken care of, I've got to do this, and I've got to move here and there, and I've got to get this taken care of before I can do. See, that's the thing that holds us in one place. It holds us stuck in a place where we don't move, and therefore we don't get anything done because we're so busy trying to plan, trying to make sure that every single thing is done tip-top shape, top-notch before we can take a step. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about one thing. Now, there may be multiple things, but one thing that you've said to yourself, I really want to do this, but I can't because, and I want you to fill out the whole sentence. I really want to do this, but I can't because I don't have the money. I don't have the time. Whatever it is for you, I want you to fill in that blank. And then the second thing I want you to do is I want you to then think about, well, you know what? What do I have? See, we oftentimes think about what we don't have, and that's the thing that moves us back to got to have all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed because we're so busy focused on what we don't have. Here's the thing. Think about what you do have. See, what you do have will allow you to take a step. Prime example, you want to write a book? Here's my story. You want to write a book, but maybe you don't have the money. You don't know who you're going to get to edit and to publish and to illustrate. Well, but what do you have? What do I have? Well, I've got a computer. I've got a pen and I've got paper. I've got a phone and I've got a tablet where I can record my thoughts when I'm not sitting in front of my computer. And that allows me to begin to move. See, all the I's are not dotted and all the T's are not crossed, but I can take what I do have and I begin to move in a direction that gets me out of the rut, that keeps me going in a direction so that I don't get stuck in the, well, I wish I had this and I need to get that and I got to talk to this person. All that may be true, but you don't necessarily have to do it in order to get started and keep moving. That's number 2. Think about what you do have. And then number 3 is that you take actions using what you do have. Well, I want to write a book. Well, I may not necessarily know some of the pieces, but I've got an idea and I've got all of the tools that I need. So I'm going to start with what I do have. See, I'm not going to make excuses with what I don't have and stay stuck in the rut. I'm not going to think that I've got to have every single thing planned out before I can move. Doesn't mean you don't have to plan. Doesn't mean that you don't have to give thought, but you don't have to stop and not do anything waiting for everything to be in place. All right. And then the last thing is that you begin to connect and hook up with people who can then begin to help you dot the I's and cross the T's. That may be people who can lead you to other resources, meaning other people, maybe money, other opportunities, whatever it is. Once we begin to use what we do have, then we can move in the direction to acquire the things that we don't have, which will then help us to dot the rest of the I's and cross the rest of the T's. Well, what could that be? Well, it could be, as I said, other people. It could be other sources like the internet. You know, the internet is a great source. Now, I know you got to be careful about what you read on the internet. Due diligence to make sure that what you're looking at and what you're pulling from is credible. But the internet can be a great source to help you to fill in some of those blanks. You know what? People say that this might be a little crazy, but networking with other people, maybe in a network marketing environment. Some people turn their nose up at network marketing, but it can be a great source of personal development. Maybe network marketing gives you exposure to doing some presentations, to be able to sell a product, to be able to build up your confidence and your self-esteem. And those are skills that you can then take to continue to dot the I's and cross the T's. Well, you know what, guys? There's so many different things available, but I wanted to share those things with you because sometimes we just get stuck. So the first thing is write that thing down. What is it that you want to do? Why haven't you done it? You haven't done it because, and fill in the blank. Second thing, look at what you do have and focus on that. Don't look at what you don't have, because the not looking or looking at what you don't have will keep you stuck in, gotta have everything in order. My friend, that is a myth. And then the third thing, start moving with what you do have. And when you do that, then other things will open up. Other things will come into your space that will help you to begin to see what else you can do to fill in the pieces that you don't have. And then lastly, connect with the right resources who can help you fill in those things that will help you to dot the rest of the I's and cross the T's. So on that note, my friend, that's all I wanted to share. I want you to go out to visit my website at www.truesynergy.org. That's TRUSYNERGY. You can find out all you need to know about True Synergy and everything else that I have to offer. So that is all the time I have to share for tonight. So sorry that I couldn't bring it to you live on Periscope. Technology can be a beast, but it wasn't going to defeat me because I wanted to make sure you got that information. So on that note, until you see me again next time, video, Periscope, or wherever else, I want you to take care and be well.